Hi Libra, happy early birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-September 2025 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, source up here in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is a look at the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. After that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well to help with the bridge and the gap dynamic. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's a way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Seven of Staves. So this is Leo energy here. So yeah, it could just be saying that in the past you were feeling a little bit overwhelmed with the way this person approached you. Maybe they were just coming on a little bit more strongly than you would have liked. This could also just be saying that maybe you already had a lot going on as well. So, you just didn't necessarily have the room for disconnection at the time. All right, past energy on their side, we have the Empress. So yeah, so generally speaking, usually the Empress energy isn't going to be a more assertive, go-getter type of energy. So, of course, there are exceptions to that, but I feel like this is just more proof that, yeah, it wasn't necessarily just them and their approach to you that was overwhelming. I feel like there were just other things going on as well, to where this was just, bad timing at the very least. But what I get from this is just saying that, so even if this isn't someone who is going to be super proactive and assertive toward the connection, an Empress energy at the same time as someone who might be used to getting their way, right? So you might have even just felt that energy from them. So even if they weren't being directly assertive, you could have just had that feeling from them that, okay, they have these expectations. Present energy on your side, we have the Ten of Staves. So yeah, so Sagittarius energy here. And again, I feel like this is more indicative of not just this relationship being a bit of a heavier energy for you guys at this time, but this to me just says you might just have a lot going on, right? So when that happens, any little thing can feel like it's pushing you over the edge. So I feel like this is just saying that, you just have a lot going on at this time, and that's really not going to allow you to give much energy to this connection right now. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Lovers. So Gemini energy here. So yeah, looks like they're just in a totally different headspace than you guys. Well, I mean, even if we look at the Sagittarius energy versus Gemini, right? Those are oppositions. So could just be saying that they're experiencing this connection right now in a totally different way than you are, to where they seem to be viewing it with positive potential and having this openness to it, where you, again, like I said, maybe it's not fully just this person that's a turn off for you, but just more so that you have too much going on to give to them at this time. All right, future energy on your side, we have Fortune. So this is the Wheel of Fortune, and currently that's actually in Cancer, which is your career house. So yeah, it could just be saying that maybe for some of you that's it, right? You could just have a lot going on with your career, so having the bandwidth to take on the romantic connections right now could just be a bit lacking for you guys. But either way, I feel like this is saying, whether that's your situation or not, to see this in a future position. If you look at the figure, it doesn't like they're physically in the room with her, right? So this could just be saying that you might just get some signs and synchronicities around what your best approach should be for this connection, and might possibly be through music as well, given that we see the instrument there. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And I mean, I would say timeline wise, maybe given that you guys are going to have a full moon next month in your opposite sign, that might be when you start to receive those messages. Some of you could even be sooner than that, though, because you're about to have a new moon eclipse in your 12th house, too. So that could also be a time when you might get a lot of messages in the spirit realm. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Ace of Swords. So interestingly enough, it looks like this person just might eventually decide that they want to cut their losses, at least as far as pursuing this as more of a romantic connection. So in the future, they might just communicate more of, just wanting to keep it at more of a friendship level. Which the irony is, on the one hand, that might have been great for you in the past and maybe even right now, but with that fortune energy, you could just be saying, well, for some of you, maybe you might start to view a little bit differently. So at the very least, this looks like a potential for crossed wires in a connection. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Eight of Staves. So more Sagittarius energy here, which is definitely indicative of a lot of movement, a lot of communication, a lot of activity. So for some of you, you might actually see this as an improvement compared to the 10, right? So it could just be saying that, yeah, it could just be in a bit of a stage where there's just a lot going on. Eventually, that'll whittle down a little bit and you'll have things more organized. But yeah, it looks like there's definitely a lot coming your way as far as communication at this time. All right, bottom of the deck on their side, we have Deft. So Scorpio energy here. So yeah, this could just be saying that they might view the experience that you have toward the connection, where like I said, it looks like you were guarded in the past. Currently, it just looks like you just have a lot going on. So this person might see some finality to that, to where they might view that as okay. There's no potential for this connection to get off the ground. It's pretty much a done deal as far as they feel like it's not going to come back. And like I said, at least in the present, you might be totally okay with that. It looks like in the future, you might change your mind potentially, but at the very least, it seems like this person seems to think the connection's not going to get off the ground. We'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle card deck. I'm going to give this a few shuffles. Oh, got a jumper there. But we'll also pull a card, so let me just take this card here. And next we'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle deck, so I'm just going to give this a few shuffles now. Alright, now cut this deck and pull a card. Take this one here. Get this out of the way. And first we'll take a look at that jumper you guys had. Alright, we have wait. The timing is not quite right. So yeah, interesting. I could see that messaging resonating for either side, right? Because like I said, it seems like this person definitely seems to want to move the connection forward. But like we said, hey, if you just have a lot going on in every area of life and you can't give to the connection, that's just the reality, right? But for you guys, I feel like this is saying, try not to make a definitive decision just yet. Because if you are just overwhelmed in general, right, maybe you have a more negative outlook toward this connection where it could just be the cumulative effect of everything else that has you viewing it a little bit more pessimistically at this time. All right. And we have time apart. It says some distance will help bring clarity. So yeah, so actually this seems to align with that in a way, right? Where it says the timing's not quite right. This says some distance will help bring clarity. So yeah, so again, I feel like this is a very similar message saying that if you just have a lot going on right now, this might not be an ideal time to make any final decisions around the connection. And maybe your best bet would be to just, get a little distance, get things more organized, right? Maybe bring that 10 down to an 8 to where things are flowing more smoothly, and then look at the connection again at that point. All right, and from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Come to the Edge. There's the artwork, and the number is 36. See what this has to say. Definitely looks like the Fool card. All right. The relationship message says it's scary to be truly intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts that you've kept hidden and protected. Now is the time to take that risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. It's It's important that you speak up, voice what you need, state who you are, say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe, but to take a leap of faith. You'll be glad you did. If you're seeking a relationship, the same applies. Take one step toward the gods, and they will deliver what you truly desire. So yeah, so in this context, the main thing this could just be saying is, hey, if you are feeling overwhelmed, right, but maybe, well, Libras sometimes have their reputation for just trying to seek fairness and balance and always get their, put their best foot forward. So it could just be as simple as saying, hey, if you truly are overwhelmed, your best bet might be to just be honest with them and say, hey, I have a lot going on right now, and I just need some time to sort that out, right? But for somebody, if you feel like, oh, I don't know if I want to say that, they might take it the wrong way, whatever the case, right? I feel like this is saying, even if you just say, hey, look, I have a lot going on, this isn't the right time, I just need a little room, I feel like this is saying ultimately that would benefit you in the long run. But hope it resonate with you guys. Once again, happy early birthday. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.